Eyes on me. I'm Mark Pope, coach of the UVU men's basketball team. I want to thank Carlos Iglesias and Ken Garff Volkswagen for being a great friend of Utah Valley University athletics, basketball, volleyball, and everything else.
Thanks, Coach. We're proud to support a great program like Utah Valley University Sports. We wish the Wolverines a fantastic season.
You can thank Carlos, too, by visiting their new dealership today, Ken Garff Volkswagen. We hear you.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go? Let's have some fun.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
Thinking of buying a home? Think bigger. Because with UCCU's low interest rates and low mortgage insurance rates, you could qualify for more house with the same payment you could get from other local lenders. A mortgage with UCCU gives you more purchase power. That means more money you can put into your home or back into your pocket. To learn more, visit uccu.com/morehouse or stop by any UCCU branch today. Morehouse, same payment. Only at UCCU. Inspiring smart mortgage decisions.
Dear James, when you were born, I nicknamed you Lucky. But luck has nothing to do with it. You've created your own path. The hours in our driveway paved the way to state championships.
So James Harden, how does it feel to be MVP?
It feels great, you know?
In the desert, you grew your game, and you shattered expectations. It wasn't long until you suited up for draft day.
James Harden.
Looking back now, you've always been creative. Doing it your way, on your terms. You were dreaming big then, but when you left me that note, keep this paper, I'ma be a star. You were already my brightest star.
MVP, baby!
Step back three, bottom! James Harden!
And now, you're showing everyone else.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lockhart Arena, where the Wolverines are set to host in-state rival Weber State. I'm Kyle Bruder, alongside, once again, Matthew Biamonte. Matt, the Wolverines on a bit of a losing streak. They did not win on the road, but they're back home. Their home record has been strong. What do you think Utah Valley's got to do today to come away with that home victory after the rough road trip?
I think they need to get their offense back on track, Kyle. If you look at their 5 losses, they never reached 70 points in any of those 5 losses. When they had that streak at the beginning of the year in which they won 5 out of 6, they had games where they posted 80, 86, 90, and 76 points. So offensively, their efficiency has taken a dip on the road, and that's a little bit to be expected with a young team. However, now that they're back at home, I'd like to see their offense get back to what it was doing when they were playing home games to start the year. So I'm looking about that 70-point mark. Can the Wolverines eclipse 70 points? And if they can, I think they have a great shot of ending a 3-game losing streak to Weber State.
I think Weber State in the all-time record leads 7-6, so Utah Valley does have a chance to tie that up. And Weber State with a brand spanking new head coach in her first season. Valeda Harris. They're currently 3-5 on the year. They're on a 2-game losing streak, so both teams, it's been a little while since they've seen a W. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get to the starters for the visitors. First, we have starting at guard is Jaimani Welch-Coleman, number 0. Also starting at guard is number 1, Celeste Smith. Also, not Celeste Smith. Number 4, Corey Pencer is starting. Also, number 12, Kayla Watkins. Alongside her is number 20, Emily Drake. And number 24 to round out these starters for Weber State is Dominique Williams. And, of course, they are coached in her first season, like I said just a moment ago, Valeda Harris.
Graduated from Portland State back in the 90s, so kind of sticking around on the West Coast, is the new coach of the Wildcats.
And the Wildcats, interesting thing about the team, only one player from Utah on the roster.
Wow. And that player, Kyle, is a transfer, right? Liz Eaton
Yes.
from BYU University, not playing today.
Nope, she does have to sit out this season, so she will not be playing this year.
One thing I'm really looking forward to now as we switch our attention to the home team, the Wolverines, as you mentioned, back home after a very lengthy road trip, is the return of Maria Carvalho.
Yes.
Remember, she got hurt in that BYU game. She did play in their last game against Utah State, but that was her first game back. She had 6 points, 6 turnovers, so shaking off the rust a little bit was Carvalho. This team is different when she's running the point for them. She is very good at distributing, getting the ball in players' hands where they like it. That's such an underrated part of the game, is especially when you're on the shooting end of it. Can you get that pass in a place where your shooting motion is natural? And I think Maria Carvalho, her passing is elite.
Yeah.
And so to have her back running the show for the Wolverines is a big deal.
And for the starters, if you want to go ahead and get those for our listeners, Matt, as the tip goes to Weber State.
Starting at guard is Maria Carvalho. Welcome back. Also starting is Eve Braslis. Starting Alexis Cortez at small forward. At power forward is Madison Grange. And rounding out the starting lineups is Jordan Holland, fresh off a week in which she won WAC Player of the Week.
Big performance from her. Corner 3 is no good, and Utah Valley off and running. Speaking of Carvalho, she dumps it down inside to Holland. She'll step back, can't connect, but the offensive, looks a big-time battle for the rebound. Goes back to Weber State. No score with about 30 seconds gone. Beautiful pass inside, over the top to Watkins for the first bucket of the day. That goes to Weber State.
It's a nice start for the Wildcats. It's always good on the road, especially they've had a little losing streak on the road recently to get that first bucket.
15 on the shot clock. Carvalho, she looks for that high pick from Jordan Holland. Back out, Holland will take the 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound, Watkins.
Weber State looking to push the pace. A jumper in transition. Nice offense from the Wildcats.
Back-to-back buckets, 4-0. The Wolverines go down early.
That's what I like to see here. Get the ball in the hands of Carvalho. She is the traditional point guard. Let her run the show and get good looks for her teammates.
Carvalho comes around. She'll kick it out. Baseline jumper for Braslis is in and out.
Love
Still
the
no
offense
buckets.
and love the shot, though. It's a wide open look for Eve. She shoots a very high percentage on the year, Kyle, at 50% from the field. That's a great look. Good offense for the Wolverines. It's one of UVU's favorite defensive sets right here. A little zone with Jordan Holland roaming around in the middle of the paint. She's a good rebounder, but an offensive rebound there.
Williams unable to connect, but rebounding has been somewhat of a struggle for Utah Valley this season. Rebounds and turnovers. A 3 on the way from Grange is short. But if Utah Valley wants to hang around, they're going to have to rebound the ball better. Transition bucket, no good. The shot is a bit short. Cortez comes up with the rebound. A very fast-paced game so far, but the Wolverines yet to score.
I'd like to see a little more penetration with the dribble from Utah Valley. Put some pressure on the defense at the rim.
Cortez fires the 3, and that comes up short.
I don't know if the ball went inside the paint on that last offensive possession. Great defensive block there from Cortez, however.
Holland gets the pass in transition. She'll kick it out. Grange has another look from 3. This one's good.
Beautiful shot from Grange. She shoots 39% from 3 on the year. And I thought, as I mentioned 2 possessions ago, Kyle, there was no penetration in the paint with the ball. This time, Holland drove in and kicked out for a wide open look.
Trap inside. Carvalho nearly comes up with the steal. And Cortez comes in with another block, but Pencer able to gather it up, shoot it up and in. Great way to rebound.
I love the defensive effort, though, from Carvalho and Cortez. I mean, the ball didn't go their way, but if that kind of effort is there on the defensive end, UVU's in good shape.
Holland, drop step. She'll kick it out. Once again, Grange knocks down the three.
She's above 40% now on the year with those 2 makes. She is more than capable from beyond the three-point line. Get that girl the rock.
Grange with all of Utah Valley's points so far. We're tied up at 6.
She didn't start the year. It's such an interesting story about this Wolverine team is there's so many newcomers and a lot of freshmen. There were 4 freshmen that started the game. Their first game, let me get the opponent, it's been so long now, against UC Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
4 freshmen. She wasn't one of them.
No, it's crazy.
But she has started the last 4 games for Utah Valley, and I think the reason Coach Nixon has inserted her into the starting lineup, and we'll have to ask her, is that three-point shooting, that ability to stretch the floor. When you have Holland, who loves to play at the rim, you got Josie Williams at the rim, even Eve Braslis loves to play in the paint. You got to have some people who can spread the floor, and Grange has been doing that.
Yeah, and also back into, a long 3, Braslis. She had a look. Josie Williams can't connect. She comes up with her own rebound and is fouled. But Gabby Leos playing. She played her first game for BYU.
Yep.
And has been back in rotation. It's nice to see her back.
Let's go back to the Eve Braslis three-point attempt for just a moment, which is only her 6th of the season. So she doesn't even average 1 three-point attempt per game. I think players are starting to realize that Eve Braslis loves to play at the rim, and so even though she's only made 1 of 6 from downtown on the year, taking those shots, and it was a great look, it was wide open, is going to keep the defense honest.
Yeah, it has to. You, as a defender, it is subconsciously embedded into you that you have got to start respecting it if they shoot, whether they make it or not, and that should have been a foul. As Braslis, and looks like we're going to have a travel, but Braslis was kind of hacked over the top. There was a bit of a block as well, but Utah Valley forces the turnover. We'll have a media timeout, tied up at 6. No buckets for a while, but we'll take a break on the WAC Digital Network. We'll be right back in a moment.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
No matter where you are in life.
No matter your interests.
From award-winning music
to acting
to theater programs.
There's a place for you.
A place for you.
A place for you at UVU. A place to engage.
To rise.
To succeed.
To become.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Welcome back inside the Lockhart Arena. Utah Valley all tied up at 6 with the visiting Wildcats of Weber State. Matt, what stood out to you?
The shooting. It's a bit cold. It's a frigid day here in Orem, Utah, and apparently that cold has crept into the Lockhart Arena in the middle of Utah Valley University. Utah Valley is 2 of 11. I was looking at Weber State. I got to be honest, the logo's similar, Wildcats and Wolverines, but 3 for 11 for Weber State, 2 for 11 for Utah Valley, and if you take out Madison Grange, the Wolverines are 0 of 9. But the good news is the offense is generating good looks, and so you can't really be too upset. You know, sometimes the ball doesn't go in, but if you're getting high-quality attempts, you can live with that.
Jacobson, great job penetrating inside, kicks it out, and Leos can't connect on the long jumper.
Got to stick with the plan. At the end of the day, Kyle, Utah Valley's made 2 field goals. Guess what? It's tied. So even though the ball's not going in, stick with the plan, keep taking good looks, play good defense. They're in a good spot with 4 minutes left here in the first.
Weber State, kind of a long pass from Welch Coleman, a bit over the top, will result in a Weber State turnover, and the Wolverines with a chance to take their first lead.
Dominique Wilkins, she was going to be on the receiving end of that pass. 6 foot forward, but over her head, and that's where you got to utilize the bounce pass to get it into the low post.
Williams now. Jacobson.
Very physical defense on Jordan Holland in the paint from Dominique Wilkins. Remember, Jordan Holland, very capable from the perimeter.
Floater's no good. Holland comes up with the board, can't connect. We've seen a few games where there's just a lid on the hoop for Jordan Holland. It seems like it's one of those days so far.
She's 0 of 3 in this first quarter for Utah Valley. Remember, she's coming off a game in which she dropped 24 and 10. And she can turn it on in a hurry.
Even right there, you notice her handling ability and how much that has improved over the last couple of years. 10 on the shot clock. Holland, she's just going to take the long two. She makes it. What a shot.
Absolutely. If they're going to give that to her, she's proven throughout her career she's more than capable of hitting a mid-range jumper. Great start for Holland after that 0 for 3 couple minutes to begin the first.
Offensive rebound goes right into the hands of Williams, and an easy bucket. Those second chance points are going to hurt.
Dominique Williams averaging nearly 7 points and 8 rebounds a game. She's kind of that enforcer on the low block for the Wildcats. Wolverines will have their hands full with her this morning.
Oh, yeah. Jacobson, she'll take the three. Can't quite get it to fall, but she can certainly knock down those shots. Beautiful transition play. Pencer catches the ball and scores. Weber State goes up by 4. We'll take another break on the WAC Digital Network. I'll be right back. And we're back. Gabby Leos will go up top to Carvalho. She checks back into the game. Holland down on the low block, 1-on-1, 1-on-2. And they call a travel. There was a whole lot of contact there, getting real physical.
It's very physical down there between Holland and Williams. And if I'm Jordan Holland, at this stage in the game, there's no need to take the bait. She is really a true stretch power forward. Let's play the perimeter game and maybe take her off the dribble.
Quality three-point look from the elbow is good for Weber State.
Smith only shoots 17% from downtown on the year, but a beautiful bucket for the Wildcats.
And a beautiful and one opportunity for Jordan Holland.
First foul for Williams. We're going to have to keep an eye on that as she plays that physical style of defense.
Also into the game for the Wolverines is Malu Fau. He definitely brings that physicality that is necessary today. So I like that move by Coach Nixon.
No good on the free throw.
15-10, Utah Valley trails by 5. 1:15 left in the first quarter. Smith, who just knocked down a 3 a moment ago. A wide open jumper is no good for Welch Coleman. Holland, she'll pull the quick trigger. Buries the 3.
There you go, Jordan Holland. Remember, she started 0 for 3 to start the game. Since then, 3 of 3 with 7 points. Great to see Jordan Holland getting it going offensively.
The trap from Utah Valley nearly forces a turnover. 35 seconds left. Major trapping going on, but it may result, yes it will, in an open 3, and it is good for Welch Coleman. Utah Valley can hold for the last shot.
Welch Coleman is one of their better three-point shooters, Kyle, on the season. That's her 14th made three-pointer of the year, second best on the team.
Holland got the ball snatched, and Coleman scoops and skies with the left hand, the hoop and the harm. What a play.
That was a nice take to the rim there for Welch Coleman, and she kind of held the ball out with her left hand. What that allowed her to do was absorb the contact and still get a good shot off, keeping it away from the defender. Great finish.
Very Steve Nash-like.
Right
just
now.
Really putting the ball totally out of reach.
Absolutely.
So very smart.
Weber State on pace, Kyle, to score 80 points. That would be 16 points above their season average. So the Wolverines defensively have got to find a way to force some more misses.
Malu foul. Grange, she takes the three. Can't connect at the buzzer. That will do it for the first quarter as Weber State goes on a 6-0 run to close it out, 21-13. We'll take a break here and be right back for quarter number 2. Don't go away.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent.
Glad you're okay, Sarah. We'll take care of everything.
And the company that stands behind them.
Thanks so much for your help.
No problem.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Neil Dastrup Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
You only need to answer one question. Will you accept the challenge to become? No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests, from award-winning accounting to marketing and entrepreneurship programs, there's a place for you at Utah Valley University. A place to engage, to rise, to succeed, to become.
Utah Valley down 21-13 after the first quarter. And the shooting woes have continued for UVU. 5 of 19 from the field, while Weber State shooting 47% as a team, 9 of 19. So the same number of shots. Weber State has just made 4 more of them.
And let me take you inside the numbers a little bit here.
Please, I am excited to find out.
Remember at our first break at about the 4:30 mark in the first quarter where both teams were below 30% shooting? UVU was 2 of 11, Weber State was 3 of 11. Well, since that point, Kyle, the Wildcats were 6 of 8 from the field. So those last 4 minutes of the first quarter, they really turned it up offensively, and that's why they lead by 8.
And the second quarter has begun. Utah Valley putting on the pressure, but it's one of those things where you definitely take a big gamble, where Weber State has gotten some high-quality shot opportunities after being able to break the double and triple team.
Weber State's trying to get the ball down low to their 6'6" junior center, Gina O'Brien from Melbourne, Australia. But good defense from Utah Valley forces that turnover. Really tall lineup for Weber State. They've got the 6'6" Gina O'Brien alongside Ciara James at 6'2". Very tall front court for the Wildcats right now.
Yeah. Carvalho, top of the key. Cortez, she will pull the trigger. You know it. A little bit short this time. She's been short on both attempts. And my goodness. Did I say goodness? Goodness? I was having a hard time processing what I just saw. It was a monster block, a lot of contact there, but yikes.
You're seeing the Wolverines resort to a lot of three-point field goal attempts. They've taken 11. Weber State's only taken 4. And those misses are allowing Weber State to get out in fast break.
Nice pass inside. Cortez can't connect. And the easy rebound for that freshman center, number 33, O'Brien. Did you say freshman or no, junior?
There you go. Sub coming for Weber State will be number 12, Kayla Watkins out of Seattle.
Wide open three-point look is no good, and another rebound to O'Brien.
No points scored yet here in the second.
The pass just a little too hard. Great position by James, but the pass just a little bit off. For Utah Valley, you want to get to the free throw line right now and try and get some points with the clock stopping. Grange is going to go right at her defender. Malu foul, corner three is no good, in and out.
Definitely a foul on Cortez there. Welch Coleman not happy with it. I just think that's a common foul.
Yeah.
No reason to get bent out of shape about that. Call was made and play on.
Absolutely. Coleman, she'll bring it up. Still no score in the second quarter.
Coach Nixon is going to go back to Jordan Holland at the next whistle. Leads the Wolverines in scoring with 7. There's only 2 UVU players who have scored points in this game. It's hard to believe. They're only down 8.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's baffling. And Holland with no fouls. Holland is kind of notorious for getting into foul trouble, so the fact that she has 0 at this point is a
That was a big factor
sign.
in the BYU game. She picked up some quick fouls in that one, and the game got away while she was on the bench. It's nice to see her with no fouls. Coach Nixon can use her as she pleases. And they're going to need her against Weber State, trying to snap that 3-game skid to the Wildcats.
Brazlis drove and kicked it out to Carvalho, but Carvalho had some happy feet and traveled before she put the ball down.
Turnovers have been an issue for the Wolverines this season. They're averaging nearly 20 turnovers per game. Right now they only have 3, so they're doing well in that department, but when you're down 8, you've got to find a way to generate good shots, and obviously with turnovers, there's no shots.
Yeah, Brazlis will pick up the blocking foul, and Gabby Leos will check in for Grange.
Leos, a defensive hound, and the steal. Great defensive possession for Leos.
That is exactly what the doctor ordered. Carvalho, too strong. Can't connect. Great job by Weber State to track it down, and they don't have numbers, but and that will be a travel. A lot of back and forth, and still no buckets in quarter number 2. We have 7 minutes left.
It's got to be frustrating for Utah Valley, and it's important not to get frustrated, but they're only shooting 22%. I mean, they're playing well enough. I mean, the turnovers are low. They're rebounding well. All right, I lied about that. They're not rebounding that. They're being out-rebounded by 9 by Weber State right now, so check that. But the shooting percentage right now, it's just hard to win games at 22% shooting.
Carvalho was able to knock down a mid-range jumper, and then Leos comes up with a steal. How about another mid-range jumper from Cortez? The Wolverines putting together a little run.
Back-to-back buckets, cutting the lead to 4. It's amazing what a couple made baskets does to the team's confidence and energy. And Leos, credit to her. She's been a spark off the bench.
3-ball, no good. Cortez comes up with the rebound.
Pushing the pace. Ill-advised pass there from Cortez and a turnover.
And Cortez with another big block. She has 3 blocks today.
She's been great on the defensive end. She's 1 of 5 from the field, but that's not affecting her energy and defensive ability. Credit to her, fighting through the tough shooting game.
Looks like they're going to keep the ball with Weber State. The officials couldn't see. The Wolverines were pleading for a deflection off of Weber State, but they'll keep it here.
This is a pivotal moment for Utah Valley. You kind of feel a little momentum shift here, and if they're able to get a stop and a score, that'd be a 6-0 run. You can sense it from their defensive energy.
And it looks like we're going to, either way, probably would have ended up in a shot clock violation, but a travel instead. So Utah Valley has done an excellent job of holding them to 0 points in the second quarter.
They gave up those 21 in the first, but they have really turned it on defensively here in the second. And now, with the ball, a chance to make it a single possession game.
Cortez, one dribble, pull up, three, still short. She's been short on just about every attempt. Brazlis cleans it up and puts it in.
Great second effort there from Brazlis. They're going to need her to crash the boards. They're still -8 in the rebounding category. We talked about that in the pregame. Any offensive rebound is a bonus for this Wolverine team right now.
That heavy pressure still mounting, and Weber State having to use just about every second in the shot clock, but what a huge shot by Welch Coleman as she buries the long shot. It was a 3, 9 points for her.
She leads the team in scoring on the year at nearly 17 points per game. She has 9 right now. Big shot.
Holland inside. She'll kick it right back out, and I think we're going to have 3 in the key, which was the right call. Holland was really camped out in there for a while. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back on the WAC Digital Network. See if Utah Valley can keep.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Welcome back to the Lockhart Arena. Utah Valley, it's been an interesting game so far. A couple of big runs by both teams, with the Wolverines down by 5 after that 3 from Welch Coleman, which was a huge shot. The Wolverines defense, that was the first bucket of the entire quarter for Weber State. So credit the Wolverine defense, and they've been forcing Weber State to take shots at the very end of the shot clock. That really shows why they've only scored 3 points.
I think it all started with Gabby Leos.
Yeah.
Her defense on the perimeter, she has several steals.
2 that come to mind freshly.
2 steals. She's been credited with 2 steals, but her impact has been much more than just 2 steals. She's really changed the energy defensively for this Wolverine team.
Jacobson is checked in for Carvalho. And who but Leos gets a hand on it. And the Wolverines force another turnover. Started with Leos getting a hand on the ball.
Good explanation from the official there. I wish I had his name, but because the Wildcats never had possession of the basketball on the Wolverine side of the court, it was a 10-second violation.
Great to know. And I love that everyone was able to hear the explanation. He said it loud enough for the coaches to hear. There was no complaints either way. Williams, she'll turn and score.
Nice to see the freshman Josie Williams getting onto the board And you know how a moment ago we said there were only 2 Wolverine players who had baskets? Well, now there's 6 Wolverine players, so we're starting to see the scoring be a little more distributed throughout the team.
Josie with a big block. Brazlis nearly loses the handle, but she'll go up. Can't connect, no contact. Rebound goes to Weber State. 3-point lead for the Wildcats. Beautiful pass inside, and no whistle as multiple bodies hit the deck. Utah Valley off and running.
That was a wild sequence. I'm still struggling to understand what happened. Bodies everywhere. Wolverines with a chance to tie.
Williams back out, Jacobson, 10 on the shot clock. Jacobson, great hesitation dribble. That is like her signature move as she floats it up and in. She can get buckets.
First basket for Jacobson. She can score in a flurry. What a luxury to have a player like that off the bench for Coach Nixon and the Wolverines.
Absolutely. You can almost always expect her to go to that hesitation dribble, but it fakes, even if you know it's coming, she still gets people.
Talk about being in the right place at the right time for Kayla Watkins. Ball bounces off the backboard awkwardly into her hands, and she puts it up for 2.
Brazlis. Jacobson nearly gets it knocked away. 7 on the shot clock. Looking for that high screen. Jacobson. They're going to have to shoot. Real quick. Gets it off in time, and it rattles out. And look, none but Leos forcing another turnover. Jacobson floats it up with the left hand. It is a 1-point game.
And I love that she went to the left hand. She had a defender. It was Dominique Williams trailing on her right side and used the rim as some protection and finished with the left.
Leos pokes the ball away from Welch Coleman. Leos has had the most active hands by far today.
Couple steals, probably more deflections. She's been a force on the defensive side of things. Weber State only 5 points here in the second quarter. What an effort from Utah Valley.
8 on the shot clock. Welsh Coleman. They're going to have to get a shot off. They're going to have to take a long one. And it is way short. They will blow the whistle and call the shot clock violation. Jordan Holland is checked back into the game for Utah Valley. Holland with those 7 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists.
No fouls.
No
here in the
fouls.
first half, which is a great sign.
Jacobson will kick it out. Malu foul, looking to dump it down inside. Holland gets wrapped up and gets the ball taken right away.
Good defense from Weber State. You can tell that they have a good scouting report on Jordan Holland.
Absolutely.
3 in the key, maybe?
Well, they missed the shot, so. Leos inside, Malu foul. And Malu foul gets, I think we're going to have a jump ball as Welch Coleman kind of snuck in, grabbed the ball, and dragged Malu foul to the ground. 23 seconds on the shot clock, 37 seconds remain in the half. $15 on the shot clock. Jacobson, she'll pull back. Leos, quick trigger, buries the 3.
Nothing but the bottom of the net for Leos.
That's the first lead of the day for Utah Valley, 28-26.
Outscoring Weber State 15-5 here in the second. One of the best quarters of basketball we've seen from the Wolverines this year.
Can they get it off in time? No.
Great defense. Cortez jumped out there to prevent a shot, and wow, just like that, the Wolverines with a huge second quarter to take a 2-point lead. All right. Good things for Wolverine fans here in the second quarter, and we're going to take a break on that note. Be back in a moment.
Make some noise! Let's do this.
Showtime, come on.
Creators, the world needs an answer. Give us the answer. Creativity is the answer. Never play on repeat. Put your own spin on things. Let a new wave begin.
All right, come on, let's go.
2 seconds.
Creators run the show. We want the answer. From the cage to the stage. Rise up from the streets to the pros.
So much.
Creativity is the answer to a world divided. Tear down those walls. Make worlds unite. Flip the script. Rewrite the rules. Creativity is the answer. Now over to you.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
It doesn't matter your situation in life.
No matter your interest.
Whether your first choice or second chance.
There's a place for you.
Place for you.
Place for you at UVU.
Place to engage,
To rise.
to succeed.
To become.
Looking to spend that birthday money, Tyler? I'm just not sure which one to get. Well, they are both pretty cool. But saving some of that money would be pretty cool too. Yep.
When's the right age to teach your children how to save and spend money wisely? Right now, with the Be Money Smart program only at Utah Community Credit Union. Inspiring smart decisions.
National championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
You ready to go? Let's have some fun.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with...
To answer one question. Will you accept the challenge to become? No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests, from award-winning accounting to marketing and entrepreneurship programs, there's a place for you at Utah Valley University. A place to engage, to rise, to succeed, to become.
Dear James, when you were born, I nicknamed you Lucky. But luck has nothing to do with it. You've created your own path. The hours in our driveway paved the way to state championships.
So James Harden, how does it feel to be MVP?
In the desert, you grew your game, and you shattered expectations. It wasn't long until you suited up for draft day.
James Harden.
Looking back now, you've always been creative. Doing it your way, on your terms. You were dreaming big then, but when you left me that note, keep this paper, I'ma be a star. You were already my brightest star.
Step back three, bottom! James Harden!
And now, you're showing everyone else.
Let me tell you something, Mean Gene!
Make some noise! Let's do this.
Showtime, come on.
Creators, the world needs an answer. Give us the art song. Creativity is the answer. Never play on repeat. Put your own spin on things. Let a new wave begin.
All right, come on, let's go.
2 seconds.
Creators run the show. We want the art song. From the cage to the stage. Rise up from the streets to the pros.
So much.
Creativity is the answer to a world divided. Tear down those walls. Make worlds unite. Flip the script. Rewrite the rules. Creativity is the answer. Now over to you.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
It doesn't matter your situation in life.
No matter your interest.
Whether your first choice or second chance.
There's a place for you.
Place for you.
Place for you at UVU.
Place to engage,
To rise.
to succeed.
To become.
Looking to spend that birthday money, Tyler? I'm just not sure which one to get. Well, they are both pretty cool. But saving some of that money would be pretty cool too. Yep.
When's the right age to teach your children how to save and spend money wisely? Right now, with the Be Money Smart program only at Utah Community Credit Union. Inspiring smart decisions.
road to national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go? Sounds fun.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
To become, no matter where you are in life, no matter your interests, from award-winning accounting to marketing and entrepreneurship programs, there's a place for you at Utah Valley University. A place to engage, to rise, to succeed, to become.
Dear James, when you were born, I nicknamed you Lucky. But luck has nothing to do with it. You've created your own path. The hours in our driveway paved the way to state championships.
So James Harden, how does it feel to be MVP?
I feel great, in the desert, you grew your game, and you shattered expectations. It wasn't long until you suited up for draft day.
James Harden.
Looking back now, you've always been creative. Doing it your way, on your terms. You were dreaming big then, but when you left me that note, keep this paper, I'ma be a star. You were already my brightest star.
Step back three, bottom, James Harden.
And now, you're showing everyone else.
Let me tell you something, Mean Gene.
And we are back for the second half. The Wolverines managed to claw back and take a 2-point lead. That second quarter was kind of a strange one, Matt. Give the fans at home a little recap of what we just witnessed.
It really was a first quarter, second quarter, totally different perspective situation. But in the first quarter, Weber State, they led 21-13, and they shot 47% from the field in that first quarter. They had that 8-point lead. Well, the second quarter, they only shot 15%, whereas Utah Valley was at 50%. And the Wolverines outscored Weber State by 10, 15-5 in the second, and that's how they came upon that 2-point lead.
You know, a player that stands out when it comes to just that push that they were able to make was the defensive presence of Gabby Leos. You know, she was able to get her hand into the passing lane. She had a couple of steals that were pretty much back-to-back, and then she also had a hand in some deflections, and even just her presence forced a couple of travels, too. So she was humongous. She was a big spark in the second quarter, and Weber State's going to have to figure something else out if they want to. I don't know, if Utah Valley continues the trend that they've been going in like the second half of that second quarter, then Weber State might be in some trouble. Carvalho and Grange up top, and once again a trap and forcing another turnover is Utah Valley. That trap is stifling.
That was Corey Pencer with the turnover, and you just got to be aware when the trap comes. The best thing you can do when a trap comes is pass the ball to an open player. Yep.
And it's also on the other player to make themselves available too.
True, you're right.
Cortez drives inside, has nowhere to go. Holland, she'll take the three, no good. She made one earlier. Grange gets the board and puts it back up.
That was an impressive sequence there from Grange. A strong rebound. The Wolverines are still being out-rebounded, so every rebound counts, and then a great putback finish.
Cortez gets her hand in the cookie jar.
2 personal fouls now on Cortez.
Welch Coleman gets bumped by Carvalho. She sold it a teeny bit, but if you're the official, you're going to make that call.
Two quick ones, so Weber State maybe heading to the free throw line later in the third quarter.
Welch Coleman dumps it down inside. And that pressure from Utah Valley is definitely causing some problems. Straight on three is on the way, no good. Brazlis tracks down the rebound. Carvalho down inside Holland. She floats it up off the glass. Pretty touch from Jordan Holland.
9 points now for Jordan Holland. Really impressed with her composure. It was really hard for her in the first quarter. The physicality of Weber State was causing problems, but she's adapted and found a way to contribute.
4-point lead for the Wolverines. Brazlis will give it to Grange. Carvalho hasn't shot the ball much, only 2 attempts, 1 of 2 from the field. Brazlis fakes the 3. She will go up, gets it blocked. Great defensive stop by
Kayla
Watkins.
Yep, the sophomore from Seattle, Washington. She's been good for Weber State. She has 6 points and 3 rebounds and a couple blocks.
And I don't know if that was offensive or not. But Welch Coleman able to bury the jumper. Coleman with 11 points.
First player in double-digit scoring for either team is Coleman. Though she only has 5 points since the first quarter, so a little quiet. But she's gotten buckets for the Wildcats when they've needed them.
Carvalho just going to pull up. No good, and the rebound goes to Williams. Williams fakes. Welch Coleman 3-ball is way too strong, and Utah Valley will get the ball back. Kind of a messy start to the third quarter.
Both teams have scored 4 points here in the third. Kind of a low-scoring affair.
It's better than a no-scoring affair from what we saw in those first 4 minutes of the second quarter, but then Utah Valley went on a tear. Carvalho finds Malufau. She goes up. No whistle.
Got to give your credit to Dominique Williams. Her defense for Weber State has been exceptional this morning. 7 rebounds for Williams, and she's playing defense without fouling. Only 1 foul for her.
And that's huge. Wide open 3 is on the way. No good. Drake was robbed. Kicked ball by Welch Coleman. Will give it back to UVU, and in comes Sophia Jacobson.
Two points for her in that second quarter. Averages nearly 7 per game is Jacobson for the Wolverines off the bench.
Foul on Weber State. Just their first team foul in the quarter. Jacobson able to find Gabby Leos. Jacobson looked for the handoff and looks like it went off of Cortez. So an unfortunate turnover, and Weber State with an opportunity to tie or take the lead with a 3. Beautiful pass inside from Welch Coleman, and Utah Valley was out of position. They couldn't do anything unless they would have had to foul.
Watkins now with 8 points.
And Watkins, 8 points, 4 rebounds. Welch Coleman does have 11 points, 7 boards, and 6 assists. So she could be on her way to a triple-double. Leos pulls the trigger from deep, buries it.
Dropping dimes. Gabby Leos, 2 for 3 from downtown, 6 points.
Beautiful high-low pass, and again, Utah Valley out of position, nothing to do. That's something the Wolverines have got to figure out. Brazlis doesn't take the 3, decides to drive in instead. She'll kick it out to Jacobson. Malufau, one-on-one, she turns, shoots, and scores.
Great move there from Malufau. She just adds a little different element. A low post, capable score. Nice find for Coach Nixon. And a turnover.
Comes up with the steal. Leos, left side. 12 on the shot clock, just over 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Jacobson crosses over, kicks it out. Malufau, baseline jumper is a little too strong. The ball will stay with Utah Valley, but we'll have a media timeout before we resume play. Utah Valley leads 37-34. We'll be right back.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
Utah Valley up by 3 after an interesting turn of events. And they've been able to do it without fouling too much, which is interesting. There haven't been a lot of fouls today. Only 5 fouls on Utah Valley throughout the entire game, and 3 fouls on Weber State. So only 8 total foul calls throughout the game. It's a little bizarre. Definitely not used to that. Not a lot of trips to the free throw line. 1 trip to the free throw line for each team.
I've been impressed with the Wolverines' ability to take care of the basketball. Only 7 turnovers.
Those turnovers started mounting up at one point, but then they just came to a halt.
They average 20 per game, so they're well below their average, which is a very good thing. Ooh, nearly a turnover there.
Jacobson, she will take the 3 and almost make the 3, in and out. Tough miss for Jacobson. It looked good. Lot of traffic inside, but Watkins able to score regardless. She's up to 12 points to lead all scorers.
A quiet 12, but she's had a tremendous impact on this game, especially on the defensive end. And she has no fouls, so she's playing good defense without fouling. Several blocks. She made it hard for Jordan Holland down low.
Holland, drop step, can't connect. Nearly comes up with the strip afterwards, but can't get it.
And there's another block for Watkins.
Turnover, Utah Valley able to clean it up. Jacobson dumps it down inside. Brazlis floats it up with her left hand. Comes up with her own rebound. She tries once more. This one's good.
Four points now for Eve as the Wolverines go back up by 3. Substitution for Weber State is number 24, Dominique Williams.
Wolverines back up 3. 2:40 left in the third quarter. Weber State has been limited in their rotation. They have a few players that weren't able to play due to transferring as well as injuries. So looks like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players total. You got to wonder if fatigue will start to become an issue. The pass inside is stolen away. Once again, Watkins just doing it all.
No-look pass from Welch Coleman and a finish from Emily Drake. And Weber State, maybe they're finding something offensively. They've been best this morning in transition.
Williams gets the pass inside, quickly doubled, and it is stripped away. We'll have a kick ball, though, a friendly gift for Utah Valley.
Just to back up my last point, a third of the Wildcats' points have come in transition. 13 fast break points for Weber State.
Into the game for the first time for Utah Valley is Emma Jones. She was one of those freshman players that started at the beginning of the season. Jacobson able to inbound, Malufau, and I think we'll have a jump ball. It will stay with Utah Valley with 14 seconds on the shot clock, 1:39 left in the quarter. Braslish, she spins, she'll fire up off the glass, and it rattles home. Pretty move.
4 points for Braslis here in the third quarter, 6 overall, 6 points, 5 rebounds. Good effort from Eve.
Jacobson able to get into the passing lane and steal the ball. Jones, corner three is a bit short. Braslis cleans it up, another bucket for Eve Braslis. She's up to 8 points. She did lead the team in scoring for the first couple of weeks of play as she was averaging about 15, 16 points a game. She was pretty cold in the first half, but she has been great in the third quarter.
She's second on the team in scoring now with just a little more than 10. And in the meantime, Watkins with another bucket, 14 for her. She averages 14 per game, so right at her season average.
Jones, she'll take a long two and make the long two, making an impact off the bench immediately. In the high post, Williams, she'll kick it back out. 9 seconds left in the quarter. They're going to have to get a shot off pretty quick. They will. 3-ball on the way and good. Big shot for Weber State. 1 second left and not enough time to get a shot off. That will end quarter number 3 with the Wolverines up 2. We are in for a tight one. Don't go away on the WAC Digital Network.
Utah has embodied the spirit of industry. From the first transcontinental railroad to the first department store, we've led the way. As part of the Murdoch Auto team, we're proud to carry on this tradition. That's because when we say you are the heart of our business, it's more than just a slogan. It's our commitment to the values we all hold dear with no regrets. You've got to come see why you truly are the heart of our business. Murdoch Hyundai of Linden, part of the Murdoch Auto team. Click MurdochHyundaiLinden.com.
I decided to go to college to further my education and define my purpose in the world and be a part of something much bigger than myself.
I wanted to set up the best possible future for myself, both academically and athletically. I try to learn from everyone, whether that be professors, my teammates, or other student athletes.
I try to see everyone as an opportunity to learn. Everyone has a story to tell, and I think there's a moral and something you can learn from it.
The third quarter, Weber State was able to claw back and shoot the ball extremely well. A blistering 61.5%. They only took 13 shots compared to the 17 of Utah Valley, but shooting the ball well, and you have got to give a lot of credit to Watkins. 7 of 11, 5 rebounds in 21 minutes. She just seems to be in all of the right places at the right time. But Utah Valley able to hold on to the lead, 45-43. We are in the final quarter.
Both teams scored 17 points apiece in the third.
Brazlis able to come up with the steal. Passes down inside to Jones, and it's saved into the hands of Brazlis, who just scored back-to-back buckets. Jones is wide open in the corner. .12 on the shot clock. Jones, she'll take the three and make it. Jones coming off the bench hot. Back-to-back shots.
5 points for Jones. She's been a nice offensive boost here in the second half.
48-43 with just under 9 minutes to go, and a three is good for Welch Coleman. Her third triple today. She is up to 14 points.
About a 35% three-point shooter.
No Wolverine in double figures yet. The scoring has been pretty well balanced. Malufau tries to drop inside, can't get it. There's Brazlis, can't connect on the putback. Weber State with a chance to tie or take the lead.
Good drive there from Drake. Used that crossover dribble to get into the lane. I don't know if we had any free throw attempts in the third.
I don't think so. I think that both trips came in the first quarter.
It's amazing that each team has only taken one free throw prior to this. Very clean game.
Yeah. Free throw is good.
Yeah, no free throws taken in the second and third quarters combined.
Good grief. And she knocks down both. We are all tied up at 48. Utah Valley looking to snap a 5-game losing streak. Carvalho getting doubled. She'll kick it out. Malufau for three. It's short. Welch Coleman with her 8th rebound.
So close to a triple-double. 2 rebounds and 3 assists away for Welch Coleman.
Carvalho. She tries dumping it inside, or skipping it to the corner, and Jones gets hammered. That will be the first team foul on Weber State.
There might be an opportunity with Weber State, so paranoid of Emma Jones, to use her as a decoy and get someone cutting to the rim.
Absolutely. Brazlis, little hesitant, didn't take the three. 15 on the shot clock. Carvalho, she's going to drive in. Inside to Brazlis and can't connect, in and out. There is a scrum for the ball, bodies everywhere, and Weber State able to clean it up. Brazlis lost her shoe for a moment. There, man, the officials are just letting these girls play.
I'm liking it.
I like it too. Eve gets it down on the low block. Carvalho finds a lane. She is able to score with her right hand, fading left.
4 points for Carvalho. Beautiful shot off the window. Wolverines back up 2. Back and forth we go here in the fourth.
Three is on the way and good from Smith. You had mentioned earlier that she only shot about 17% from three before today. She is currently 2 of 2 from downtown.
She was 4 of 23 going into today's game. 2 of 2 today. Big shot for Smith.
Weber State retakes the lead with that shot.
Weber State back on top.
Malufau down in the paint. She'll kick it out. Carvalho, wide open look from three. In and out, no good. Long pass to Drake, and we're going to have an offensive foul. Looks like this will go against Smith. Jones on the right wing. Wolverines down 1 with 5:35 to go.
Only 2 lead changes. Have a feeling we're going to see a lot more here in the fourth.
Jones, too strong this time, rebounded by Drake. Smith looks like she attacked and was fouled by Jordan Holland. Believe it or not, that is Holland's first foul of the game, and we are halfway through the fourth quarter.
Smith has not missed a free throw this year. Perfect 3 of 3 now with another one coming. 2 buckets for Smith. 8 points now for her. Weber State up 3.
Jones picks up her dribble. Cortez, tough shot, but fortunately a long rebound goes back to UVU. Got to capitalize on this. Josie Williams does. She flips it up and in.
Great pass there from Cortez. Kept it high. She just had to turn and flip it over her head, cutting the lead to 1.
Drake driving inside. She'll kick it out. Smith, can she do it a third time? No, this one's short.
That's her first miss of the game.
Cortez, no hesitation whatsoever. This one too strong. Another offensive rebound. Josie Williams puts the Wolverines back on top.
2 quick ones for Josie. In the right place at the right time. Scoops up the loose ball and gives the Wolverines the lead.
Still no Wolverine in double-digit scoring. 4 points, 2 points, 5 points, 9 points, 6 points, 4 points, 8 points, 6 points, 8 points, 2 points. Those are all different players in their scoring. It's crazy how spread out the scoring has been. The jumper rattles out. UVU with a chance to extend their 1-point lead. Cortez, Josie. Holland will take the 3. This one is short. Josie with another rebound. She puts it up and in. Josie having quite the quarter.
A 6-0 run by Josie Williams.
Williams with 8 points. 5 rebounds in 10 minutes of play. She has just been destroying the opposition here in the fourth quarter. Let's take a break on the WAC Digital Network. We'll be right back for the remainder of this game.
Oh, hey, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works?
No, sorry. Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
no, I'm fine, thanks.
It's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great. Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people.
Neil Dastrup Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests.
From award-winning business
And STEM to performing arts programs, there's a place for you. A place for you.
A place for you at UVU.
A place to engage, to rise,
To succeed.
to become.
And we're back. 3-point lead for Utah Valley. Josie Williams has taken it upon herself to score back-to-back-to-back buckets.
And she should be on the free throw line right now. We just saw the replay of her last basket, and there was certainly a foul attempt on her made basket that was missed.
Yeah. It was bad. I mean, there's some where you're like, that one could have gone either way. She got hacked pretty good.
Yeah. Got to keep her in, and Coach Nixon is electing to do so. So for the Wolverines, you've got Cortez, Williams, Holland, Grange, and Carvalho with 3:28 left here. Weber State has not scored a field goal in the last 3 minutes. Their only points have come from the free throw line.
Holland tried to get a hand in the lane, couldn't do it, and that results in an easy bucket for Welch Coleman. She is up to 16 points to lead all scorers, 9 rebounds and 8 assists. So close to that triple-double mark. She has been amazing today. Three minutes left in the game. They go down to Josie. Josie, drop step, puts it up in and off the glass. 8 straight points for Josie Williams.
Oh, man, this is fun to watch. Josie Williams dropping dimes. Incredible.
First player on the Wolverines to double digits.
8 points coming here in the fourth when the Wolverines desperately need them. Oh, almost draws the charge.
I was about to jump out of my seat if she had done that too. We'll take another timeout here. 2:38 remaining in this game.
Utah has embodied the spirit of industry. From the first transcontinental railroad to the first department store, we've led the way. As part of the Murdoch Auto team, we're proud to carry on this tradition. That's because when we say you are the heart of our business, it's more than just a slogan. It's our commitment to the values we all hold dear with no regrets. You've got to come see why you truly are the heart of our business. Murdoch Hyundai of Linden, part of the Murdoch Auto team. Click MurdochHyundaiLinden.com.
I decided to go to college to further my education and define my purpose in the world and be a part of something much bigger than myself.
I wanted to set up the best possible future for myself, both academically and athletically. I try to learn from everyone, whether that be professors, my teammates, or other student athletes.
I try to see everyone as an opportunity to learn. Everyone has a story to tell, and I think there's a moral and something you can learn from it.
Josie Williams with 10 points to lead the Wolverines. Pretty balanced scoring still. Holland with 9 points, Grange with 8 points, Brazlis with 8, Leos with 6, Carvalho with 4, Jones with 5. It has been pretty spread out across the board, and the Wolverines have needed it. They've needed scoring from multiple places. They started out with point. I think their first 13 points were between Grange and Holland, but it has been a balanced attack since then. Free throws, no, not free throws, excuse me. The ball coming out of bounds for Weber State. 2:38 left in the game.
Play good defense. No need to gamble here. Just keep everything in front of you and make them take tough shots. And that's exactly what the Wolverines are doing right now.
And Utah Valley does have 3 fouls. The step-back 3 is on the way. A little too strong. And a great offensive board by Watkins, her 6th rebound today. The shot no good, and Weber State unable to track it down. You know, that offensive rebound ended up being kind of a blessing for Utah Valley because there was a lot of clock that went off with no score from the Wildcats. Carvalho looking for that high pick. Holland fakes the three. Williams gets it inside again. My goodness, Williams.
10 points in the fourth quarter for Williams, 12 to lead all Wolverine players. She has been dynamic here in the fourth.
Making it look easy. Three on the way, and it rattles home for Pencer. She's up to 10 points herself, 2 of 4 from distance.
I'd like to go back to Williams here, get the ball in the hot hand. If she gets doubled, she's a capable passer.
Grange, a lot of handoffs around the perimeter. Carvalho loses it, able to track it back down. 10 on the shot clock, 1:05 left in the game. They're going to have to get a shot off. Carvalho, three, she'll step back, fire. It's way too short. Weber State with a chance to tie or take the lead.
Wolverines, if they play good defense here, will have the last shot if Weber State ties or takes the lead. 40 on the game clock. No need to gamble there. It left an open player.
That's painful. That is so painful if you're Weber State because Welch Coleman had a wide open look from three, decided not to take it, and shuffled her feet, resulting in a turnover.
She's 3 of 5 from downtown. She's got to take it. Carvalho makes the mistake on the defensive end of things. It was 4 on 5 as Carvalho went diving out of play. And Welch Coleman with a tough turnover. However, there's a lot of time left. Yeah, there's no need to be concerned if you're Weber State because there's still 37 seconds on the game clock, which allows you to play good defense. You don't have to foul here.
And both teams have shown that they're capable of playing tough defense without fouling. So, 8 total fouls on the Wolverines and only 5 on Weber State throughout the entire game. It's baffling that there have only been 6 free throws attempted in this entire game. Most of them have happened in this fourth quarter.
UVU has got to get the ball into the hands of Josie Williams if she is on the floor here, which she is not. So that is an interesting selection by Coach Nixon as Josie Williams, who has the 10 points in the fourth quarter, is not on the floor for this offensive possession.
Almost a 5-second violation, and they decide to foul Cortez. Cortez has had a rough shooting day, but Weber State has not put them in the bonus yet, as that is only the third team foul.
They didn't need to foul. There was a 7-second difference. So it looks like Coach Harris has elected to play the long game, but they didn't need to.
No, there was plenty of time. So looks like we're going to see what happens with free throws, and they are going to foul Jordan Holland. This will send her to the line.
Holland is a 75% free throw shooter on the year. She's taken the most free throw attempts by any Wolverine player. And these are 2 big ones right now for Utah Valley. She is 0 of 1 today.
Free throws up and good. This at least forces Weber State into a little bit of a deeper corner. They don't necessarily have to take a quick three, especially if they're going to play the fouling game. And it's a 4-point lead for Utah Valley. We'll have another timeout. We'll stay right here, though. Utah Valley shooting 40% from the field compared to the 43% of Weber State, but they do hold that 4-point advantage. And one of the biggest things that stands out is Utah Valley has only committed 8 turnovers throughout the entire game. I think they committed 7 in either the first quarter, maybe a little bit in the second. I can't remember for sure. I'll have to take a look at that.
They committed It was only 2 in the first quarter, actually.
Let's have a look.
It was turnovers. Yeah, it was 2. They had a lot of turnovers in that spurt in the second quarter in which they didn't score. I got to go back to that decision, though, by Coach Harris, though. I mean, the turnovers is a great point, but I can't understand why they didn't elect to play defense.
Costly foul. And Brazlis got a little handsy with Welsh Coleman.
That's the 4th team foul on Utah Valley, so they can't afford to foul.
Fortunately for them, it's not NBA rules where it would be a technical free throw for a foul away without the ball being inbounded yet. 24 seconds remain. A long 3 is no good. Grange comes up with the rebound. Now Carvalho is fouled with 18.1 seconds remaining. The Wolverines up 4, so it is... The Wolverines are in a very nice position right now, especially if she can knock down these free throws.
Absolutely. Looking to snap that 3-game skid, and a couple made free throws will all but do it with 18 seconds left.
Free throw is good, making it a 5-point lead.
Carvalho, 79% free throw shooter, very good. And they've made him when they've counted.
And the second one, no good, rebounded by Weber State. The clock is running. Welsh Coleman goes up, is fouled by Jordan Holland, but can't score. She will get a pair of free throws.
Best case scenario for Weber State, a chance to get points while the clock is stopped.
And with that foul, they are in the bonus now. The free throw is no good for Welsh Coleman. 16 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists for her today.
She's been good, but looking back on this game, she's going to have to wonder what if she had taken that open three-pointer when they were down 2. Instead, it was a turnover, and ever since then, the Wolverines have been in the driver's seat, and if they make a couple more free throws, I think this one will be over. Tip of the cap to Josie Williams. She really was the difference in that fourth quarter.
And you know, it wasn't necessarily that she was just commanding the ball and just taking people to school on the block. She was just, the awareness of being in the right place at the right time was so key. She was able to get offensive rebounds. She was able to roll off of screens and get into positions to catch the ball and score. So she's been great.
This is a big win for the Wolverines if they finish it off, and as of right now, it's looking very probable that they will.
Yeah.
That will put an end to a 5-game skid, which started at home against BYU. Then they had those 4 road games, a couple tough losses at Idaho State and at Utah State that were close. To get back home, to get a win over an in-state team, especially a team that had won 3 games in a row, that's good news for this Wolverine team as they're looking to wrap up non-conference play. They have 2 more games before they enter WAC play. They have UC Riverside this Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Then they're on the road after Christmas at Cal State Fullerton, and then it's WAC play.
Carvalho is fouled real quick by Welsh Coleman, her second personal foul.
Carvalho was 1 of 2. That's who they wanted to foul on her last trip. 2 free throws here makes it tough with under 10 seconds to go.
She buries the first. She'll have 1 more. Carvalho now up to 6 points and 4 assists with 2 rebounds. Only 1 turnover. And she buries both free throws.
Weber State has elected to take a timeout here with 10 seconds to go. And
so with a 6-point lead, if you're Utah Valley, do you just let it go?
I let them get a layup.
Tough. Yeah,
I let them get a layup. I mean, yeah, you don't want to foul them. You don't want an and one situation.
Right.
But you guard the three-point line like your life depends on it. And then if they want to get to the rim for a quick two, be my guest, because there's just not enough time to be playing the layup game. They're down 6 with 9.9 seconds to go. Barring a crazy circumstance of events, I think the Wolverines are going to wrap this one up.
I mean, that second quarter was just... I got to take a look at those numbers real quick. Yeah, the second quarter, Utah Valley was able to hold them. A long three is no good, and that will do it as Cortez comes up with the rebound. The Wolverines are able to snap that losing streak with a win here at home against in-state rival Weber State, notching up the all-time record at 7 games apiece.
Absolutely. And it wasn't just the losing streak that they snapped. It was also a in-state streak against Weber State. And so a couple streaks snapped, and the Wolverines have moved to 7-7 on the year.
Yes.
And they're in a good spot heading into WAC play.
And we should have a little post game with Coach Nixon as well as a player. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
No break for us. We're still live here on the WAC Digital Network, and we're waiting for Coach Nixon, and very interested to see what she has to say, not only about the team's win, but specifically the performance of Josie Williams in that fourth quarter. She finished with 12. She had 10 in the fourth. Great job by her. Let's look at the stats. You had Holland with 11, Carvalho with 7 points, a couple free throws late to ice it. 4 assists for Carvalho. Braslis had 8, Cortez with 2, Grange with 8, Jacobson with 4, Leos with 6, Emma Jones with 5, Malofau with 2. So every player that saw time for the Wolverines scored a point and contributed, and every point was needed.
It was extremely well balanced. And it wasn't until late in the fourth quarter that there was double-digit scoring. But we're going to have Josie Williams jump on with us right now. There you go. Josie, thank you so much for joining us. We're having some difficulty with our video feed right now, but at least we have the audio. You were our player of the game. You went nuts in the fourth quarter. I think you scored 10 straight points, finished with 12. I mean, how do you sum up that fourth quarter performance?
I just think that we've been working a lot in practice, just posting low and not really trying to make the post move, but just going up strong right under the basket. And Coach Turner and Coach Nixon were talking to me right before I went in. And went on that little run, and they were just saying, you got to get under, you got to get under. If you can do that, then your work's taken care of. And the guards did a great job of getting me the ball, and I just thought that as a team we came together in that fourth quarter and played good ball.
Yeah, it was awesome. You know, you pointed out it wasn't really that you were just posting people up and taking them off the dribble. It was just you made yourself available in the best possible position. And so I think that's what really stood out. It was just an awesome effort. And then the second quarter was just kind of bizarre. You know, you went down a bit. Coach, you get the sweaty headset again.
I don't mind. They earn it.
Josie we were just talking about how she was in positions to be successful, not necessarily, taking people off the dribble or posting up, but she just made herself so available that those 10 straight points came so easily.
Yeah.
She said that you had kind of a message before she went in and went on that run. What was that message to her?
I just said, we're going to give you the ball, drop step, and shoot it. I mean, a lot of times the game gets complicated in the player's mind, and you just got to kind of simplify it for him. I think you saw a little glimpse of what Josie can do.
Right.
And to me, that was the end result of actually executing. You got to have a screen and another screen and a cut and then a good pass to get that in there. And I felt like when we were patient and being willing passers, willing screeners, we were able to get good shots.
You guys only committed 8 turnovers. They were a little... It seemed like there was a bunch that happened in the first half, and then suddenly they were just non-existent.
Yeah.
So what happened?
I think that was execution also. Some of our turnovers in the first half came, they were doubling down onto our post players, and we weren't recognizing that well. But, we were, 16 assists, 8 turnovers, and that's a long time coming.
Yeah.
We've been a little too generous with the ball lately, but just excited. We bridged that rebounding gap a little bit. They had us doubled up on offensive rebounds at halftime, and we ended up with 12 to their 10. So doing some of those intangible things that I think is going to help us win in the long run.
Yeah, you guys have another home game here on Saturday. So, I mean, what do you want to continue to do in order to come away with the win, and what do you think needs to change a little bit?
I think part of it is just getting into a rhythm with our personnel. Gabby came back from 3 months of injury right in the middle of games, and we didn't have much time to practice with her. Then, Alexis even had been hurt, and then Maria got hurt. So we haven't had a lot of time just to practice and get a rhythm and a tempo with the kids that are out there on the court. So, we're looking forward to practicing, actually, getting some time together on the court. And then, obviously we'd like to go into Christmas with a win against a good Fullerton team and against Riverside, and then Fullerton after, and then you're in conference. So it comes quickly, and hopefully we can continue to take care of the ball, share the ball. Feel like we had a pretty good inside-outside combination today, and hopefully we can continue with that.
Well, congrats on the win, Coach, and we'll see you Saturday.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Kyle.
No problem. And that was head coach Kathy Nixon, and again, your final score from today's game. Utah Valley comes away with the home win, snapping the 5-game losing streak, 65-59. That'll do it for us here. I'm Kyle Bruder. Alongside was Matthew Biamonte, and we will see you Saturday.